So what would you say if I said that you could become a millionaire in just 15 minutes in the morning? Now, not one morning, of course, but 15 minutes in the morning, accumulated over time using the Millionaire morning routine. Hi, I'm Craig Ballantyne. I'm the author of this book, The Perfect Day Formula, which is exactly what I did to become a millionaire in 15 minutes in the morning. But it's not about the book today. What I want to do is dive deep into the exact step-by-steps that you must take for your morning to become a millionaire, all right? So listen, here's the first thing that you need to do. You need to follow the Belichick approach to crafting the perfect morning. Bill Belichick, what does he have to do with a morning routine? The guy probably doesn't get up until 10 because his football games aren't until like 8 o'clock at night. Well, listen, Bill Belichick or Hamilton the musical or your favorite movie or even your favorite comedian, they all operate on scripts. Bill Belichick and the dynasty of the New England Patriots, they script out plays, they practice, they rehearse, they're not out there winging it, right? When Tom Brady was around, he wasn't just making stuff up as he went. Same with Hamilton. They are on a script, and that's why it works out so beautifully. Now, in my Perfect Day Formula, I teach people to script out their day. And when you script out your day the night before, that's when you're able to move ahead. You wake up, you know exactly what to do. You know exactly when to stop doing the thing that you knew exactly to do. And so therefore, you get a lot more done every morning. So when you go back to my life story, I was a broke, struggling, introverted, socially anxious, binge-drinking personal trainer who didn't want to be a binge-drinking, socially anxious, introverted, struggling, broke personal trainer. And so I realized, all right, I got to get up at 6 o'clock. Well, I don't have to get up at 6 o'clock. I have to start training people at 6 o'clock in the morning. Right, my first client was at 6 o'clock in the morning. All right, well, there's two approaches that people can take in life. Approach number one is that you can think, well, what's the latest I can get up so I just slide right in on time? That's the lazy approach to life. And if you've been taking that approach, what's the minimum I can do to slide by in life? Well, it's no wonder you're not a millionaire, right? Now, the other approach is, okay, if I know that I need to be there at 10 to 6 to be ready for the client at 6, and the bus comes, and I was taking the bus downtown Toronto, and the bus comes at 10 after 5 in order for me to get there at 10 to 6. And I want to get up and get ready and have a shower. And now I'm looking at 10 to 5 in order to get on the bus at 10 after 5. But I still want to work on my online business so that I can grow an online business and make money online so that I no longer have to be a trainer. Well, can I get up at 4:30? Yes, okay. And when I get up at 4:30 and I follow the scripted plan of exactly what to do in the morning, well, I got a lot of stuff done. And slowly but surely, that 15 minutes in the morning over time accumulated until I was making my first $100,000 in a year, which then allowed me to quit my job as a personal trainer and open up my days so that I had more time to make more money and eventually became a millionaire. That is the scripted part, the Bill Belichick approach. Now, here's the thing. There's actually a trick to accelerate your results when you work in the morning. And I call this the Napoleon Hill subprime principle. Napoleon Hill, the author of the great book, Think and Grow Rich. You probably have a copy of this. Everybody has a copy of this. And so here's a funny story that very few people know, but it was taught to me through an old audio tape from Earl Nightingale. And Earl Nightingale tells a story like this. Just 5 hours before the deadline for submitting the book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill had a really crappy title. And that crappy title of the book, it wasn't Think and Grow Rich, it was Use Your Noodle to Get the Boodle. Like, what? That was the name of Think and Grow Rich originally? Well, it almost was. We almost would never have heard of that book because no one would have bought Use Your Noodle to Get the Boodle. So Napoleon Hill was frustrated. And about 5 hours before that deadline, he decided, I'm going to let my brain figure it out, and I'm going to have a nap. So he did. He went and had a nap, and his subconscious mind which was primed through all the work that he did, led to him waking up from that nap and saying, holy cow, gosh darn it, or whatever they said back in the 1930s and 40s. And he said, Think and Grow Rich is the name of the title. And here we are today, tens of millions of copies later, talking about Think and Grow Rich and not use your noodle to get the moodle, because nobody would have remembered that, all right? Except for me, because that's actually an amazing name for great humor. Now, what's that mean to you? Have a nap every day? Well, no, it means what I do. When I plan out my days the night before, I tell my brain, hey brain, you're gonna write chapter 2 for the book. Here's the content, here's the subtopics. Brain, do the work so that when I wake up in the morning, it's really easy for me. And sure enough, having written 3 books now, when I do that properly the night before, when I have a really great idea of what I'm going to write about, and I tell my subconscious mind, I prime it the night before, I wake up the next day and the words flow out of me. And I write 1,500 words in 30 to 60 minutes, as fast as I can type. And that's what has allowed me to be known as the world's most disciplined man, which really just means I'm the world's most productive man. I can put so much content out there because of these things that I do, hacks, life secrets, whatever you want to call them. The priming makes me 3 times more productive than the average person in that hour. And I'm also working in my magic time when I'm more creative and energetic by working early in the morning. As we'll get to that in a second. But you can use that every night before bed. Just write down, tomorrow morning I am going to write a sales script, write a video sales letter. I'm going to write a chapter for my How to Get Rid of Toenail Fungus book. And I'm going to write about, the 3 ointments for getting rid of toenail fungus. Whatever. I'm making stuff up. But you're going to prime your brain to do that work. So when you wake up the next morning and you go into your scripted block of work, the words flow out of you, the ideas flow out of you, and that's how you accelerate your income. Another mistake that I see people making are these perverse form of procrastination morning routines. You wake up and you journal, and then you read a motivational book, and then you go to YouTube and you watch a motivational video, and then you do yoga and meditation and interpretive dance. Yeah, that's you. Well, 90 minutes have gone by and you've wasted your morning. Now, here's the thing. According to research, my farm boy morning routine is the secret to getting more done. Now, the farm boy morning routine goes like this. You wake up in the morning and you get to work as soon as you can. In minutes, my record is from waking up to going to the bathroom to getting to work and cranking out the content, 12 minutes. And I was doing that for a long time when I was writing my second book, Unstoppable. Now, listen, I tell you what. You're fighting me. You're resisting me on this. You want to have your motivational videos. I get it. It's a whole lot easier to watch motivational videos than it is to do the hard work in your life. But the farm boy, that's what I grew up as. On the farm, we get up and we go out to the barn and we feed the cattle because holy cow, they're hungry and they ain't taking a day off. Never. Not on Christmas, not on July 4th, not on July 1st, not on December 31st, not on Christmas Eve, my favorite day of the year, not on my birthday, not on Ballantyne's Day, that lovely holiday in February. Yes, Ballantyne's Day. You're saying it wrong if you're calling it Valentine's Day. What I learned then as a young man, watching my father work so hard in the morning, was that if you got something important to do, you go and do it. Or as Mark Twain said, if your job is to eat a frog, then you should eat it first thing in the morning. And if your job is to eat 2 frogs, eat the biggest frog first. That's right. It just means do the hardest work first thing in the morning. And science proves it. The DWI science from Daniel Pink's book, it's called When, the Perfect Time for Doing Anything. DWI says we have the greatest discipline, willpower, and intention first thing in the morning. And as your day goes on, your discipline is like a muscle. It's like muscle energy depleted when you're running a marathon, right? You hit that wall at mile 20. And so what most people do in their day is they push things off. They have procrastination, they have morning routines, they have all this stuff, checking email and Facebook, and they get addicted to the phone, and the next thing you know, they've hit the wall. They got no energy, no creativity to do the hard thing, to eat the frog. And so you're depleted. Now, if you have the greatest discipline, willpower, and intention, first thing in the morning, what should you do first thing in the morning? Eat that frog. Do the hardest thing first. Be the farm boy. Get up and go and work. Not do the morning routine that takes you an hour and a half. That's not going to make you a millionaire. And you know it. You're sitting there right now going, yeah, that's me. And you're also going, but I don't want to change. And so I question you. I say you have to dig deep into your heart and say what really matters. I teach people how to get clarity, how to get focus, how to get personal discipline so that they can build the structure of their day and align that with the strategy in their business to make more money. That's what I help you do. And so when you have that in place, you can go and get more done with the farm boy morning routine. So now what you're going to realize is I don't need to be working 4 or 5 hours. I can get the main projects done in 90 minutes, which then allows me to do my meetings and all this other stuff. And so the next thing you know, you're not working 10, 12 hours a day. You're only working 6 to 8 hours per day, and you're getting more done, more valuable work done. So don't fight me on this. If you love working out and you're working out first thing in the morning, well, just move your workout. Because you love it, you're not going to skip it. But that hard work, you don't love it, you'll do anything to skip it. And I have had client after client after client, from copywriter to salesperson to worldwide keynote speakers, when they flipped the script of their day, they made more money. They had more success and less stress. And that's what I want for you. Now you're probably thinking, okay, I am kind of sort of buying what you're saying here, Mr. Ballantyne, but it's really hard for me to get up in the morning. All right, so let me introduce to you the power of Amish Hour. Amish Hour, or as I like to call it in my books, using the reverse alarm. The reverse alarm is where you say, I want to go to bed at 11 o'clock tonight, and I'm going to set an alarm at 10 o'clock that reminds me to shut all my electronics down and go into Amish Hour. Now, if you don't know what Amish Hour means, the Amish people have a lifestyle that doesn't include electronics. Okay, so at night, they have candles, they don't have electricity, they can't really watch TV, they can't go on Facebook, and you know what? They get to bed on time and they get up early and they dominate their days. Now, I'm not saying you have to be Amish 24 hours a day, but you got to be Amish 1 hour a day. So at 10 o'clock at night, if you want to go to bed 11, the alarm goes off. You shut down your phone. You no longer look at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, WizWalk, blingity bling. I know the next social media is going to be called blingity bling. So I'm going to trademark that right now, and you can just send royalty checks over to me. But you shut all that junk down. You read a book, preferably one of mine. Then you talk to your spouse. You hang out with your kids. You make your lunch. You get your clothes ready. You plan out your day. You do stuff that doesn't require you to be on electronics. And then the next thing you know, you're going to be like, man, it's only been 40 minutes of Amish Hour and I'm ready for bed. You get to bed on time because you're not saying just one more Netflix. I've only watched 8 episodes tonight. I better watch 9, which is why you get to bed an hour late. And you get up on time the next morning and you dominate the freaking day. That's what I want for you. Now, the other thing is that you probably think, well, all right, this guy's going to tell me to get up at 5 a.m. and join the 5 a.m. club. Oh! And I'm actually going to come at you with what I call the anti-seal clubbing resolution. All right, so no more clubbing seals. No, what I mean is you're not going to join the 5 a.m. club and you're not going to try and be a Navy SEAL. So I combined those two things in the anti-seal clubbing thing because I thought it was so clever. You don't have to join the 5 a.m. club. It's a stupid idea for a lot of people. I do recommend you get up a little bit earlier than you are now. Like I got up 15 minutes earlier than I had to back in the day. But just because you get up at 5 a.m. is neither necessary nor sufficient for success. I know a lot of people that get up at 5 a.m., and have been for years and are struggling. They're stuck and struggling because they waste their morning, they have no idea of what to do, or they're simply not good business people. It doesn't mean that you'll be successful if you get up at 5 a.m. You might just be cranky. So get up at the right hour for you. Now on the Navy SEAL thing, a lot of people think in order to be disciplined and successful, you have to become a Navy SEAL and you have to do ice cold baths and then you have to like bust your butt doing your workouts. No, you don't. If you want to become disciplined, what you need to do is remove temptations like this thing. You need to remove this from the room that you are working in so that you can focus and write your content, write your sales letters, practice your pitches, become great at video. I'm not going to become great at video by going, oh, I got to go look on Instagram again at what somebody else is doing. No, you're going to get great at video by doing a whole lot of video, sucking at first, getting better, entering what I call the virtuous cycle of going through expert feedback, and eventually you will get good, but it's not through becoming hardcore. It's by removing your distractions, destroying your distractions, and removing your temptations. So now that we've got those into place, what I want you to understand is that you've built a morning routine that is strong like bull, okay? It's strong. It's strong. It's going to permit you to get so much done in 15 minutes. So what I would do back in those 15 minutes is I wrote 500 words, either for an article for my website or an email that went out to my list or some content for my programs. And every day I was publishing and pushing stuff out, or as my friend Seth Godin says, every day I was shipping. You gotta ship every day, just like FedEx and UPS and all these stores, they ship every day in order to generate revenue for the business. I was selling all the time. I was doing the work that built the business in 15 minutes a day. Now, again, it's not going to be one 15-minute session that's going to make you a millionaire, but trust me, when you follow the perfect day formula and when you go all in on yourself, have this little poker chip here that says, take all your chips and bet them on you. What that means is you take personal responsibility for your life, your morning, your success. You put all the chips on you. You don't depend on anyone else. You make the most of your morning, and you, my friend, will become a millionaire in time. I promise you that. I have had over 250 entrepreneurs take my advice, build 7-figure businesses, and I want you to be the next one. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know where you think I'm crazy at exactly which part, because I was crazy at about 17 different parts of this video. Let me know. And then let me know how you're going to go and grow with this advice, because I believe in you, and it's time for you to believe in yourself too, that you can take your morning routine and turn it into millions of dollars, money, freedom, and everything you want in life.